Hey everyone, so this is going to be a pretty short little video on lobbying, but I had just done a live convo. Like you can see my butt in the in the window reflection. So embarrassing. So I just done a live video chat with another libertarian over on StreamYard. So I went to YouTube. So that was pretty cool. But now I'm cooking for my dogs. This is something I've been trying to get myself to do, and I told myself once I moved I was gonna start actually like cooking for my pets, like raw, you know. So right now I'm making some hamburger for them, some ground beef, and I have some potatoes too. But to be honest, I bought this like a week ago, not a week ago, but like earlier in the week or whatever. And I never cooked it for them, but I actually like ran out of dog food today. So I'm like, it's perfect. I'm going to actually cook for them. But yeah, so I was going to do a quick little talk about citizen lobbying. So that is my focus for this year. I think it's super important. It's something that, sorry, my puppy's like in the background chewing on her bone. It's something that I don't talk about enough. Wait, you're a libertarian? Ew, blocked, unfollowed. You always crack me up, Joe. Joe's awesome. I had him on before, you guys. Yeah, so lobbying. So we always think of lobbying as like big businesses lobby to, you know, Congress and stuff. But lobbying is actually, it's just the act of trying to get, you know, pretty much like the bills you want passed and the bills you don't want not passed. Making suggestions and stuff like that to lawmakers. So this is something we can all do. We call it citizen lobbying. I have a book on it that I got. I could actually run and grab it in a second, but basically there's pretty easy ways to citizen lobby. What a lot of people do, or a lot of organizations do, is they actually like, they'll have a bill, you know, so maybe it's like a health freedom organization. They have a bill and they'll share the bill. They'll be like, look, you guys, we interpreted it. Here's the bullet points on here. We think if you're in favor of health freedom, you should ask your local representatives to vote yes. Or you should ask them to vote no. Either way, a lot of times they'll even have like a form email that you can just like click and it'll send to your representative. But that's like a pretty, you know, standard way that people kind of do like some citizen lobbying, or like different groups, like interest groups will lobby. But everyone can do that. You know, you can take your representatives, you know, your local representatives, write them emails if there's a bill that's going to say go in front of your state house or a state senate that you're interested in, or even a committee. You can email to the members of the committee. You can make phone calls. It's good to actually go meet them. Or what I plan to do, so what I've been doing, I did this a little bit last year, but this year I'm being more proactive. So I went on to my state, you know, I guess like state Congress, whatever website, and I looked at all the House bills and all the Senate bills. There aren't a lot right now. By the end of the legislative season, there'll be like hundreds. But right now there was only like 30 for one and like 13 for the other. So it was pretty easy to look through them and find the bills that I thought were interesting and important to me. So a couple of the bills that I saw, and I'm probably forgetting the numbers. I think it was like House Bill 12 and maybe Senate Bill 13 here in Louisiana. But one of them was trying to basically fail students who couldn't read at the proper level, like instead of letting them go into fourth grade. Now, a lot of people would be like, oh, isn't that the right way to go? Well, I don't think so, because here's what I'm seeing. My state took an extra year last year from our children. So they actually took mandatory kindergarten, this is something that I really didn't want to happen, and it did happen. So they were hell-bent on getting mandatory kindergarten. So that means by the time a child is ending third grade, they've already spent 4 years in the school system. If the school system cannot teach them to read in 4 years, why is the child being penalized? In my opinion, the school should lose funding if they are unable to teach children to the level that's expected within those 4 years. So that's a bill that I'm going to be pretty passionately against, and want them to write. Cooking, I'm actually cooking beef for my dogs. They're, oh no. My bad dog had my shoe. Hold on, you guys. They seem so happy over here. Here. Like you can buy them all, you can literally buy them all the toys in the world and they're gonna steal your $100 shoe. They're so bad. There you go, guys. Here, and you eat this over here where I won't make a noise. Yeah, I'm cooking for my dog some beef. School system is a joke, 13 years and people graduate without knowing how to read. Exactly. But failing the students isn't the answer, in my opinion. In my opinion, the school is not, they're obviously not doing something correctly and they need to reevaluate themselves or lose funding if they're not able to teach children in 4 years how to read. Another bill that is actually, I guess, you know, if you're going to have laws, it should protect people. This is a very unfortunate bill that it's needed, but I believe this was Louisiana Senate Bill 13, I think, and it was for wanting to put defibrillators in all the educational institutions and also like, Dave, you're so bad. He wants that beef. Anywhere that they have, sorry, Dave, be good. Physical activity, you know, like anything like, you know, competitive sports, stuff like that. So that one, it's unfortunate and I'm not always for laws, but if we're going to be having people with cardiac issues that need, you know, to be cared for right away, they're going to need defibrillation. We know they've mandated this shot for a lot of people. They ought to protect them with at least having the necessary defibrillator. So that is one that I will be in favor of supporting. And so the way that I plan, so that's just the first few bills that I've seen that caught my eye. They're education based, anything health freedom based. Those are going to be the ones that I'm going to focus on for this coming year. So schools, health freedom. And I'm going to keep tracking as different bills come up, you know, finding the ones I like. And then what you can do is either attach with different groups who are supporting those bills, in favor of those bills, share about them, write letters, meet with your legislators, and then you can actually go down, like when the bill goes in front of a committee or the bill goes in front of the House floor or the Senate floor, you can go down and show support. You know, you don't even actually have to speak. If you're somebody who doesn't like public speaking, you can do something as simple as filling out either a red card or a green card. That's how we do it in my state, showing that you support the bill or don't support the bill, and then you can mark like, yes, I'd like to speak, or no, I wouldn't. But I think that that's really powerful. It's something that I'm trying to hopefully do at least like once a week this coming season, to really, really make my voice heard, you know, get to know my local representatives, get to know, you know, the ones that do good things, the ones that I wish would be better, and just speak on behalf of those bills, try to get, you know, as much support for the good ones. You can even do stuff like asking, you know, your local representatives to even have a bill about something. Like, here's an important issue, like, wouldn't you like to sponsor a bill, you know, on this topic? Doing those things is so powerful, but it's also kind of like our duty, you know, as people that live in our states, or, you know, people that laws are made for. Like, we have kind of a duty to ask for the things that we want, say that, you know, when we don't want the things that they're trying to do to us, and really make our voices heard. You know, you don't have to get elected all the time to affect change. And I think that that's something where people think, oh, we have to just win elections. Well, you know, as a libertarian, like, winning elections is a goal. But in the meantime, when we haven't won those elections, I can still go do all these things and really, really lobby on behalf of the people and do that work, you know. It's obviously volunteer work, so it's not like, you know, some type of business or anything, but it's something that we can do. Like, you can take the responsibility to do that for the people in your state, for yourself, for your children, for their generation. So that's kind of what I plan to do this coming up year. But I hope y'all are having a good, someone said, run for state legislator or local school board. So that would be a goal eventually. For me, I'm not in the position right now where I would run for anything, but school board would be something I would run for. I just moved to a small parish. I'm not sure, I haven't explored their school board too much yet, but I'm planning to. And that is something that I would, okay, Okay, they have the bone. I get so nervous. I'm like, they're probably just destroying my shoe again. So school board is something that I would do because part of me thinks like, no matter what happens to our generation, like we're getting older, there's another generation behind us. Like those children can be a lot more liberty minded and a lot more open to, voting outside the establishment than maybe anybody in our generation that's already like, GOP or Democrat leaning might be. Those people might not ever want to change, but there's new voters coming up all the time. So if we can try to bring liberty to like younger people, then they might grow up to be libertarian voters or liberty-minded voters or people that expect more of their Dave, you're so bad. Expect more of their government, on their behalf. I know he's not a local representative, but do you think Clay Higgins will be good for your state? I think he's a badass. So Clay Higgins he was the incumbent this year. He's actually my district rep. I'm still in his district, even though I moved. I had actually people in the Libertarian Party, they had wanted me to run, and I was looking at running for that congressional, U.S. House seat last year. But, at the same token of time, I'm like, I want to put myself into things I think I could actually win. I'm not originally from Louisiana, and, it's a very, Republican leaning area. So I'm like, is this the best use of my time, or would I be spending a lot of time on something without, a lot of hope for return on it? So to me, Clay Higgins does more than a lot of people do as far as for health freedom and everything. I didn't have a lot of complaints about him in those aspects, like the things that are most important to me. So I think he should be, pretty good. Lindsay Duhan, the local school board issues, maybe reason why someone is homeschooling. Oh, I didn't see that. Somebody had a comment about, you are against your child going to school. Why would you run for a school board? So, great question, Lindsay. So I am against my son going to school, and I wanted to homeschool him, but he's not going to be homeschooled because, every child has two parents, and sometimes one parent has an idea and sometimes another parent has an idea, and you have to compromise and stuff. So he will be going to school, and so I think that I should, look at running for school board, or at least getting very, very involved in the school board, if he stays and he goes there. But also, even if I didn't, I just agree with Joe. People can have really good ideas. They can want to make things better, but also feel like if they have the means to not send their kids to that system that they feel like is failing and needs a lot of work, then why wouldn't they want to do it? Not every person on the school board has a child in school, and you would think they should, but they don't. So that's not really a reason not to. But thank you for asking. So house representative would be a dream for me. Like I said, I've only been in Louisiana 8 years. I'm not a natural born Louisiana citizen. So I don't know that my chances of getting elected for a seat, I like to be realistic. I don't know if that would be something that would be possible. The only thing that would make it possible, though, is me continuing to do the stuff that I've been doing, lobbying for stuff, becoming somebody in my community who does a lot of good work, and then maybe think about it in 5 years. I don't think it's realistic for me right now. We all pay taxes, also should be able to decide how taxes get spent. Yeah, and that's budget and stuff is a huge thing. But I want to know if anybody wants to comment, how much have you ever gotten involved in lobbying to your state legislator? Do you go to city council meetings? Do you take an active role in your state and local government? Have you had any experiences with that? Let me know, you guys. Look at the vote numbers of previous election winners also if the district race is competitive. Yeah, so what I would look at if I did want to run for like a state house seat eventually would be like, okay, yeah, exactly. Is there an incumbent? Have we gone back and forth between like a Republican and a Democrat? Like, how strong are the other candidates? Like, how much work have I done in the community? Those things will really probably make a difference, but I'm doubting it's something I would do in the next 5 years. Maybe once I'm 40, I'll look at it. Okay. My kids are in school, so if someone was against it, I wouldn't want them in office. Well, you think people are against school because they hate school. They're against the system not working. They want it to be better for children. It's not like they're like, oh, children shouldn't go to school. Like, people who run for these offices, like, unless they have like a reason to do it, if like they just want a title, or I don't even know if there's money involved or anything like that, then they're probably doing it because they believe that they can make things better. And so I think you have to feel out the individual candidate. Like, just because somebody doesn't send their kid to public school doesn't mean that they don't have the best interest in mind, like, of their community, of like wanting the kids in their community to be educated as well as possible. So I think that that's kind of funny that you would think that. It might just depend to you on how it's packaged and like getting to know that particular candidate, and you might feel different. I went to my state legislator with Americans for Prosperity. Oh, okay. I think I've met with Americans for Prosperity before. I think I've met them. I'm pretty sure I know like a couple of people that do stuff with them. So that's nice. Was it for advocacy for like gun laws, or like what was it for? I feel like they maybe get involved in that stuff. I could be wrong. Yeah, we have some really good local health freedom groups here. Health Freedom Louisiana, that they go down to the Capitol a lot, and they do a ton of good work, and they speak to the representatives. They share on behalf of like a ton of health freedom bills, and they also share online about those health freedom bills. So it's very, very nice because you can get the heads up from them without having to do what I'm doing, which is like going through all the bills as they come up. I just choose to do that because I decided to get more involved this year than I was last year, and I want to see any bills as they come up and be able to speak on them, share on them, and get down to talk about them, you know, when they come up without missing any. Multiple issues. I believe the top issue this year was certificate of need law. Okay, so about like hospitals and stuff. That's interesting. Hey, you guys, thanks for joining. Someone said they're having a protest in San Diego. Okay. Give us a house tour. Well, I'm probably not going to do a house tour right now, but I will maybe tomorrow show you guys my room, because would love a house tour. Okay, I'll have to do one. But okay, like, to be honest with you guys, just to tell you, I didn't put any light bulbs in my living room, and it's pretty like, all the lights are like pretty dim, so it's not going to be a very good house tour right now unless I had like a flashlight or like my ring light or something to illuminate. But I'll look at doing one tomorrow during the daylight. I just spent I haven't done it in here obviously yet. You can see like the trim is still wood. I had new windows installed. And so in my bedroom yesterday I put up all the curtain rods, and then today I painted all the window trim, window frames and everything. And then tomorrow my curtains should arrive. So my room's gonna be pretty much done. I actually have so the closets, they look like, I'll explain it. This house is 100 years old. It's over 100 years old. It was actually transported from another area, like 30 miles away in Louisiana, from another city. They brought it here, and I think they did new wiring and new plumbing. I had to redo the plumbing because it wasn't right, but they brought it here in 2011, I think. So it's over 100 years old. So yeah, and it's been moved. It's crazy. The closets look like, I don't know how to describe it. They look like a bureau or something. You know what I'm talking about? What are those big stand-up things called? Like a wardrobe. So the closet looks like a wardrobe. I don't know how to describe it. It has like a small door and like a door above it. And so it just looks like a cabinet or something in the room. There was no doors on them when I bought it. Like the doors had gone missing. And so I had to have doors made out of plywood because like it's not enough for like a real door, you know? And I need to stain them. So once I stain them and all that's done, I should probably paint the crown molding too, but it's like way up in the top. And then my room will be done. Love the industrial curtain rods you shared earlier in stories. Oh yeah, thanks. I finished putting those all up. I think they look really good. When are you gonna make us Instagram official? Oh, Dino. I know, right? Dino, we need to do like a fake, you should have not said that because then we could have had like a fake like controversy or some type of like, you know, it could have been fun. Maybe we still can. There's only like 14 people on here right now. No one will tell. Do you need help? I know a guy. Wait, help with what? And is your guy even in Louisiana? There are good public schools, but they are far and few between. The small town ones I live near and from are the best ratings in the state, at least with the amount of spending per student. Yeah, my area, I moved to like a small district because they had the best rated schools. So I'm hoping that like my experience versus like other people's experience is like totally different. So our school's like small. I don't know yet because my son hasn't started, but I think he's going to be fixing things up, carpentry and stuff. Yeah, but are they in Louisiana? My house is actually almost fixed up. I'm going to grab my charger, you guys. Yeah, I need to do a house tour. Did y'all see my bathroom too? It literally has no shower, which I have been a lifelong showerer, like not a bath person. And so I've been living here like almost a month now. Now I'm like bath for life. I don't know if I'll ever take a shower again. I don't miss it at all. I'm like, this is like, I live out in the country. It's like small town. No show us your bathroom. I have some pictures of the bathroom on the thing. Right now there's like makeup and stuff everywhere because I was just getting ready, but I will send you guys. I'll do some pictures tomorrow or something. Oh, he's in Texas, your neighbor. Yeah, that's not far. Would love to see the bathroom. Who needs a shower? Yeah. Yeah, there's some pictures in the highlights of the bathroom actually. I just took one the other day. No. We're not eating the rug. We're not eating the toys. Here, you guys play with that. It's like, I swear, you can get them all the toys in the world and they're like eating the rug. They have the best grades and only spend $7,200 per student. The worst ones in Illinois spend almost $30,000 per student. Oh gosh, they need to get like audited or something. That's crazy. That's wild. I am gonna do photos, you guys, of my house. Oh, like I got an energy drink. It's orange sunrise. It's so good. I know it's wrong, but also like these energy drinks don't really keep me up. So I usually drink them when I do like a live or something and I need like a little bit of extra energy, but like I don't think it's going to keep me up super early. Now, luckily, I don't have 5 a.m. tomorrow. Like I usually train clients at 5 a.m. But as y'all know, I did a video earlier. It's actually Mardi Gras Tuesday tomorrow here in Louisiana. And everywhere, I guess. But in Louisiana, it's like a pretty big thing. So a lot of people, actually, I guess Wednesday morning would have been worse. But a lot of people, they have parades and stuff like that they're going to be doing. So I luckily don't have 5 a.m. clients tomorrow. I don't start till 6. Baltimore City schools spend the most per student, and they just tested 23 schools, and they failed in math equivalency. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Louisiana schools is like one of the bottom, like if you take the whole state of all the states. And I'm just like, how can you, have like the worst school and then like fail students because they didn't pass? Like, obviously your school's failed. So if you're going to tell kids that they can't go from 3rd grade to 4th grade, but you can just fail year in and year out and nothing happens to you, it's like, no. You know, we need to cut funding. Like, if you can't do a better job, like, you don't deserve any money. Good day. I don't know why it tells me that my phone is like going up in the battery. That's so weird. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Citizen lobbying, something good to do. Need true money follows the student. Yeah, there's the school choice thing. There was actually a bill on there that I was kind of confused about, so I didn't know if I was in favor of it or against it. This bill was, okay, it was for students which actually I thought was something that I really wanted, because I thought, like, if my ex-husband, you know, if my son's dad wanted him to go to school part of the time, I was like, well, why do they not have like some of these services and stuff available if you homeschool? And they had told me, like, no, that's not a thing, you know? So I was like, okay. I saw this bill pop up on, you know, like on the list of bills that are going in front of the House or the Senate, I don't remember which one, that it seemed like was talking about for children who are not enrolled in public school, like certain amounts of money allocated for them to do stuff. I think it was along the lines of what I was thinking, like as far as if they had like, you know, special services or like gifted, you know, it was for students with exceptionality. So I don't know if that was what I was envisioning. So I didn't know if I wanted to support it or not. I was like, maybe this is good, maybe it's bad. I need to really look into it. Devil is in the details with those bills. Government is so cool. You're trying to say that they're slick. Joe, hush. We want to talk about the house. That's funny. Yeah, so back to the house then. So house is over 100 years old. My neighbor, she's actually 80 years old. She told me that, you know, another person had moved it to this property, you know, a while ago. It looked like maybe from the deeds and stuff, it was like probably like 2011 or something. Somebody else had owned it after them. They sold it. That person, I think they passed away. The house actually got foreclosed on. So I actually bought this house. It was a foreclosure house. And, you know, I wish I would have haggled a little bit more, because I had to put a lot of money into it to bring it up to par. The problem with foreclosures is that, at least in my case, they wouldn't even let me turn on utilities. So I had no idea if the electric worked, if the air conditioning worked. Now, thank God, like, actually everything worked. But there were some issues with the plumbing, with like it just not being done correctly, where it was like starting to leak and stuff. Let's see. Sorry, house, how high are the ceilings? I don't know. I mean, these ceilings are short. I'm like, but the living room, I feel like the living room is 14 feet tall in my bedroom. Oh, somebody asked ghosts? Okay. No. Like, so before I moved in here, I was like, this is an old house, and I wanted a bunch of antiques and stuff. And people were telling me, like, you have to get the house blessed. You have to get those antiques blessed. And I was like, I don't know. I'm like very, you know, I have like a good relationship with God, and I feel like I follow him, and I try to do his will and stuff all the time. So I feel like all those like, you know, demonic forces and stuff like have kind of been at bay the more I like press into like God's plan for me. So I wasn't really nervous about like ghosts or anything like that. But I will tell you, my house, it's like a family member. You know, but so like even like my trees, like there are hundreds of year old trees here. I mean, maybe 100-year-old oaks. So I'm like, they're not my trees. I say like they live on my property because they've been here before me. But the house is like that too. Is that doorknob original? I don't know if anything's original, but it is very old. It's like, it has like this cool mechanism, and this is not crystal or anything though, so it's not, it can't be like original, but this part with the bolt and stuff is pretty cool. So it's like I moved into the house, and I felt like, this is gonna sound kind of crazy, it's like the house is like a member of the family. Like, I almost feel like the house has like opinions about what I do to it, because some things I've tried to do, and it's like I feel like the house is like, you know, it's not a new house. You can't just do new house things to it. So some of the stuff, I'm like, the house is not like that. Like, it's not, that's not going to fly, you know? So I try to respect, okay, you guys are going to go out, but then you're going to get some food in a minute. So don't go too far. I'm going to bring you back with beef. It's okay. It's a little windy. Is it okay? It's a little windy out there. But yeah, I try not to like do anything, lots of doors did have crystal. Yeah, mine aren't crystal, sadly. Those are all plastic, so they're not, the knobs are not original. I did lock myself in the bathroom one day though, and it was like the biggest scare of my life because my son was asleep. And my friend Samantha, who y'all know from on here, she had just left, and I was like, I was locked in the bathroom, and I didn't realize, like, I'm so silly, you know, your brain starts to shut off and you don't realize, like, I could have used the back of my tweezers and just unscrewed 2 screws, and like the little mechanism that was actually like holding it in place would have come off. But in my mind, I was like freaking out, and I was like, I'm locked in the bathroom, and luckily I have windows that open, because when I bought the windows, they were like, oh yeah, the bathroom doesn't need operable windows. And I was like, that doesn't sound like a good idea, you know? So luckily the windows opened. She came back and I like crawled out and stuff. But that was like an old doorknob scare that I will say, like, the door doesn't even shut all the way now because I never put the thing back on, because I don't know, like some pin had fallen out and that's why I got locked in. Brass locks. Yeah, but that's the only one. So I only have 2. I'll show you guys. I only kept 2 original wood doors on the outside of the house. The bathroom doors wood, but it's like a very thin wood. It's something I've never seen before. The bedroom doors, it has like glass ones. They're old, but I don't think they're like original. It's like a double door. And then I have a really old original door on the, like a wood door on the laundry room. But all the other outside doors, so this house is crazy, you guys. Like, it has 21 windows and 6 doors. And so I had 4 of the doors. I kept 2 original doors, and I had 4 of the doors replaced with like modern steel doors. So that's really the only one that has kind of that cool locking mechanism and everything. But there we go. Yeah. So I'm loving the house though. It's been a fun remodel. It's been a lot of work. I had to do all the plumbing. Let me think. So air conditioning, septic tank, all that stuff worked. I had to redo plumbing. It needed all, painted the inside, painted the outside. The outside, like there was some rotten boards and stuff like that. They had to fix it. 21, that's awesome. Well, no, so I had to get all new windows. Like these are all new. Now, 21 windows is so many that the guy that came here, the rep, he actually miscounted and only ordered 19 windows. So I still have 2 original windows, and it's 2 bedrooms. Yeah, so it has 2 original windows, which actually look kind of cool because they face the front of the house. And I'm like, they ordered me 2 more, but part of me is like, oh, I kind of like them. Like, what if I kept them, you know? But I'm supposed to have 2 more windows coming. So I had to get 4 new doors, 21 new windows. I put a lot of money into the house. I got a concrete slab poured like for my driveway over there. Let me think what else. The roof was fine. The plumbing had to get changed. It needed new appliances. I painted the inside, most of the inside, because the kitchen used to be yellow with, it used to be yellow with the backsplash, which is, it's all shiplap in here, but the shiplap was painted brick red. And the cabinets were painted like black and white, like a barn. And let's see, I prefer original with the weights inside the wall. What do you mean the weights inside the walls? Here, you guys, I gotta get my dogs back and offer them some food before they get muddy. It's been really bad, like rainy here. And that's the one thing, like I'm not in a flood zone or anything, but like the rain gets the property kind of mushy, and so it's starting to dry out, but I'm just like nervous when they go outside. So like, they got some beef, these lucky bees. Okay, you guys, come on. There you go. You want that hamburger? Come on. Where's Dave? Come on, Dave. Dave, you're missing out, Dave. Uh-oh, we got one dog. Dave, you're missing out. Come on. Okay. So, y'all can call me the dog whisperer, but I've totally hacked dogs. Okay, I've hacked having dogs because okay, I have started to not give them like a big breakfast and a big dinner. I give them like small snacks, like every time they go outside. So they go right out, go to the bathroom, and then they come right back and get like a little small meal or whatever. And because of that, I've had to give them significantly less baths because like they go out, they get muddy, and I have to give them a bath all the time. So that was my like dog hack. Weights hold the windows up. They have rope attached to the rollers. Oh, okay. No, I don't have anything crazy like that. I mean, I've modernized the house, but it still looks old and original. Like I said, I think bedroom, I'm gonna have to like measure it, but I'm pretty sure the bedroom and the living room ceilings are like 14 feet tall. So they're very tall. They have crown molding. You said how many bedrooms? I love old homes. It has 2 bedrooms. It has 2 bedrooms, a laundry room. It has like a 3/4 wraparound porch in the front. Has like a patio. They call that a carport on the back, but I use it as like a covered patio. I mean, I really don't use it right now, but I'm not gonna park my car on there. Yeah, it's a laundry room. That's where my kitties are. I need to let them out, but they kind of been like tangling with the dogs, and I don't have like enough spots for them to like get away from the dogs yet. And then it has like a bathroom, and like the other bathroom's like a half, you know? So, but I love it. My room's so cool. So I'll show you guys tomorrow because I'm going to hang those curtains when they come. I ended up getting like navy blue. I got some antiques. So I have like an antique hutch in my bedroom. I have an antique desk. I need to find out from the antique store that I bought them from like exactly what years they were, but I think they're both like pieces from the 1800s. And then I got another one at an estate sale the other day. Avoid becoming a swamp creature. What does it mean? What does that mean? Oh my God, I love wraparound porch. Is it screened in? No, it's not. It's open, which I like it, and it looks very cute from the front. If you go to my stories, you can see, because I just put up my like "Don't Tread on Me" Gadsden flag. And so I have a picture that kind of shows like part of the porch. There's still a lot of work I have to do. The steps are old on the outside. Like I'm learning how to DIY. Like I've done a ton of stuff myself. Like, I mean, not even just like little stuff. Like I've tried to do bigger stuff. Swamp creature equals politician, question mark, question mark. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. So I've tried to do like a ton of stuff myself. So far, I know now how to like drill hole, like pre-drill the holes. I have all kind of different, screwdrivers and drills and drill bits. No. There you go. I'm going to get a saw next. I need to get a saw. I prefer don't tread on anyone. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, it was the flag. I'm going to get a saw next because I'm going to do some above ground, that sounds like above ground graves. That's a Louisiana thing. Raised bed. I'm going to do some raised bed garden, like for some vegetables, probably sweet potatoes, onions, carrots, like things that actually eat, bell peppers maybe. So I need a saw for that. And then same thing, I actually have to repair the stairs, because it was all wooden steps like on the outside of my house, and like they're all breaking and stuff. So I'm gonna have to get a saw and learn how to do that. That's kind of exciting. And I'm gonna get my own lawnmower too, because I've always had people mow my lawns because I didn't want to deal with like the upkeep and stuff. But in Louisiana, you basically have to mow every single week. Girl, don't have a man for this? Question mark, girl power. No, I don't have a man. I am single. I'm divorced, and so no, I don't. But it's actually been pretty fun to learn to do this stuff myself, and I don't mind. So I'm going to get a lawnmower, probably like a I don't know if I should get. I need a riding lawnmower because I have over an acre. But I might have to get a smaller one too, but we'll see. So I'm going to do that because in Louisiana, the grass grows so fast. Like in the summertime, if you're even paying someone $50 every time to mow it, like they're having to mow it every week. So that could be $200 a month. So I'm like, it would be cheaper to just buy my own mower for like $1,000 or whatever. Hopefully I can find like a good deal and mow. Strong, independent women don't need no man. Yeah, I'm not going to say like this is my go-to choice in life. Like, I didn't ever really want to have to know how to do any of this stuff. Like I'm 36. And so you can tell, like, I did not want to know how to use power tools. Like, I fought it as long as I could. But now it's like, you know, you reach a point where you're like, you want something, and then what are you going to do to get it? Like, I mean, I don't want to work all the time to, like, make more money to pay people, because, like, contractors, like, it costs a fair bit. What is it? What do you have? Okay. You never trust a puppy when you can't see them and they're making happy noises. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, so I never wanted to learn how to use power tools and stuff, but I've always wanted, probably for the past, like, 5 years, I've really wanted to live in a historic house. Like, that has been my goal. I actually didn't know that this house was as old as I hoped it was until after I bought it, and then until my neighbor actually told me that it was over 100 years old and moved to this location. And then I was like, this is one of those things where, like, you want something and you focus on it and, like, it happens. But in order to live in an old house, you actually have to know how to do stuff, because otherwise it's going to cost you a lot of money. And so I've been learning how to do stuff, and it's been really fun. Someone better your equal is just around the corner. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I have a lot of hope. I actually, you know, in Louisiana, when you have a minor child, separation lasts a year before you can get divorced. And, you know, early on I was like, okay, whatever, you know, I'm gonna move on. But then I realized, I'm like, oh, this is not like just like a breakup, you know. And so I actually told myself, I was like, I'm not gonna really date or anything until I'm divorced. So it's been a year now, and I was officially divorced like last month. So we'll see. Now I'm just kind of starting to be like, okay, like, I could probably meet someone. I'm starting to kind of calm down and, like, heal through all the stuff, because there is a lot of healing involved, and I didn't notice at first, like, how long that healing takes. So, yeah, we'll see. But now that I've moved to my house, I don't want to ever meet anyone too serious, because I don't want to ever leave my house. Riding mower for sure. Otherwise, you'll spend the whole day doing the grass. Let me know if you need a hubby to take care of you. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, so yeah, I have a son. My son's 5. Yeah, divorce is hard. It's really hard. So I have I'm gonna get a riding lawnmower because my property is so big. The other problem with Louisiana is, like, it does rain so much, and then sometimes they have those big mowers, or, like, they have to bring their truck and stuff. And it's just so many times they've been like, it's too wet to mow, or, like, you know, you try to get them before the rain comes and they don't come, and then all of a sudden, like, it rains and your grass is like 2 feet tall. So it is smart to have a mower. I have, like, a shed out back that has, I mean, it has, like, spots. I don't think I could drive into it unless I built a ramp, but it also has, like, a covered area. So I'm like, I could probably just park it under there without even having to park it, like, in my, you know, space where I like to hang out and stuff. Buy a goat. That was what I wanted to do. Okay, but I only fenced, like, the middle of my property to keep my dogs in, my child in, and, like, other dogs out, you know, like, so they didn't come around, like, trying to hang out and stuff. But I wanted to eventually do some, like, field fencing all the way around the perimeter of my property and get 2 hair sheep, because hair sheep are kind of like goats, but, like, they're really, really good grass eaters, and they're kind of cute. Where are you from originally? What made you choose Louisiana? I'm from Seattle area, Washington State, not the city, but I was a physician assistant for 6 years. So when I got out of PA school, which I went on the East Coast, I moved to Louisiana afterwards to work here because, you know, the East Coast was freezing and I got a job offer there, but it wasn't as much money and there was a lot of snow. And then, you know, going home to Washington didn't seem right because I had changed so much as a person. I just didn't really want to go back. So I was like, let me go check out Louisiana. Let me go see New Orleans. Let me enjoy the weather and stuff. And so I got a job offer here. It was good money and seemed really exciting. And so I moved down here 8 years ago to do that. Living the dream with that house, killing it. You'll love the ride on. It's zen mowing the lawn, instant gratification. That's what I'm expecting. I was like, okay, you know, because my son, usually like Mondays I don't have him. So I was like, okay, Monday can be like my mowing day. Like I'm so like lame, but I was like, okay, so Mondays I can do my mowing and like get the yard all mowed up and stuff. And every week, like my house will just look so good. Cause I'm kind of like a weird, like I have a lot of house pride. Like I was going to put this on Twitter the other day because the house next to me, like it was in one of the pictures that I shared. And I'm like, the house next to me is like a rich person house. But my little house, it went from being like the slum, like the eyesore of the street because it was like dilapidated. There was like vines all over it and stuff. Where I'm like, now it's quickly becoming the second best house on the street. And I'm like, my neighbors don't know they're in competition, but I'm like weirdly competitive over stuff that other people don't know they're competing with me on. And so I'm like, you know, I can't really compete with a rich house, but I'm like, my house is going to be like the nicest next house on the street. So I have a lot of weird like house pride about making my house look good. Like I just picked up, I still have my old house and I'm going to sell it soon, but I just picked up my blower today and my weed eater. So I was like, if nothing else, I can at least like blow off all the gravel and stuff and like all that, because there's like wind and debris and weed eat. Someone said, nice, interesting. Louisiana is the best. Why? That's why she chose it. Oh, you live in Louisiana? Nice. Yeah, I actually love Louisiana. How old am I? I'm 36. Other people don't know they're competing with me on. Yes, yeah. I'm like, my neighbors don't know that it's a competition now. And I'm like, my house is going to look better than all these houses. You know, they don't know that. But, I mean, it's happening. So they might start to sense it. That's what I'm hoping. This is very capitalist libertarian of me, but I'm hoping that they'll sense it and they'll see my house getting better and better looking, and then they'll be like, I want my house to look better and better looking, and they'll start to compete with me. Well, we are almost the same age. How old are you? And somebody asked about New Orleans. I've never lived in New Orleans. I love New Orleans with all my heart. It's like a really special place. It's kind of like an old house. Like, it's so historic. There's just been so much, like, when you go down there, you just feel like the souls of, like, you know, all the people that came before you. And even though I'm a Christian now, I don't think there's, like, ghosts and stuff like that. But it's just, like, I don't know how to describe it. Also, everyone in New Orleans is, like, so friendly. It's such a melting pot. Like, you're going to meet people. I mean, not everyone, because obviously people get in fights and stuff. But you're going to meet people, like, anywhere you go, like, in a way that you don't, like, in any other city. Just troll them by putting a sign on your yard that says, best house in the neighborhood. That's funny. I can make myself a little sign that says that I won yard of the month. And I'll put it up, like, every single month and be like... And then if someone else like steps it up, I'll just go stick it in their yard. And I'll be like, now you've won yard of the month. And they'll be like, what's happening? Because we don't have an HOA. Like, I'm so confused. I might do that just to mess with people and see what they think. Oh, all right. Well, you guys, thank you so much. This has been fun. I will definitely share my house tomorrow, especially once those curtains go up. Dave, the bad dog. Dave is still a puppy. He's just like a really, really big puppy, and he just can't help himself from being bad. Now my other puppy, Liberty, can you see her? She is like the best little dog in the world. Like, she just, from the second maybe it's because she's like a second child, you know, like I already had Dave, like she had like a built-in, you know, big friend or whatever. And she just listens. She never does anything bad. She's just so calm. Love this. So fun. House tour. I'm waiting. Yeah. So tomorrow for sure, I'm going to do a house tour, and I'll share pictures like once I put my curtains up and everything, because it's pretty fun. Loving the house. It's been good. You know, it's not perfect. Like there's a lot of stuff I didn't do. Like the countertops are still, what is this? Formica. And they have some paint on them and stuff I need to take off, but they're still like Formica. Like I didn't do like granite or anything crazy. They have some like kind of cheap cabinets that they brought in, like you guys can see my kitchen cabinets. See, I redid those. They used to be black and white, and they had like barn style like hinges and everything. So I stayed with what was there, like, and I found ones that fit, but I did them with like that kind of like muted blue and like the brass and then that like kind of like champagne color for the poles. But what was I gonna say? Some of the other cabinets, like you can't see them here, but they're just like cheap ones from Home Depot and stuff. They're kind of like plastic. So that's gonna be like a big, would you say, love the sink area? Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't do a new sink. Like I was gonna do, it would have been nicer with like an apron sink or something, or like a ceramic one later. Do I cook often? Yes, I pretty much cook like all my food. This was the first time I cooked for the dogs, but I'm gonna start doing that all the time. Ceilings look cool too. Yeah, these, I mean, the ceilings are okay in here, but in the rest of the house, they're like really tall. And I think no, they still have like acoustic on them. Yeah, but I cook pretty much all my meals. I eat like a ton of steak and, chicken, stuff like that. This is the first time I cook for the dogs, but I'm going to start cooking for them. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, beef, probably chicken and stuff like a couple times a week. That's my goal. And my cats too, because my cats, actually my dogs might too. So I have a boy dog and a girl dog, and they're both purebred sheepadoodles. And then I have a boy Persian cat and a girl Persian cat, and they're both purebred. So they'll probably have kittens like within the next few months. So I want to really like cook for them so that they have like really, really healthy kittens and everything. My mommy cat though, she has some sensitivities. I had like given her dog food one day and she got like a bad rash, but it went away. So I'm like, I have to kind of like pay attention to what was in that and like not mess her up. I'm pretty sure she'll do good with like whole food, you know, like lamb or beef or something. So, but yeah, that's the goal. Just live out here in the country, have like a super laid back life, taking baths, no microwave. I don't have any microwave anymore. I actually don't even have a coffee maker. I like make my coffee on the stove. Where are your cats? Love cats. The cats are in the laundry room because like if I let them out when the dogs are out, like the dogs like chase them a little bit too much, and I'm trying to put some shelves or something like higher up, things that they can get onto so like the dogs don't bother them. But right now they don't have that. So they're in there while the dogs are out. But they're super sweet. And so they'll probably have Persian kittens. So if anyone's interested, you know, in a kitten, I'm going to be selling them for a pretty reasonable price once they come up. So should be probably, I'm assuming maybe like by May, there'll be some kittens born. Because cats usually come into heat like around now, like February. And my boy cat and my girl cat, they're like grown up enough. I thought that maybe the girl was pregnant like a month ago, but I don't think she was. I think I was just thinking that she might be. So, but y'all have a fantastic night. Thank y'all so much. I know we got a little off the rails here, chit-chatting about the lobbying, kind of moved on to the house stuff. I probably will go ahead and post this onto YouTube. But basically, if there are bills that you're interested in, do not be afraid to, you know, read the bill, try to interpret it, connect with other people, share the bill, reach out to your representatives. And if you are unsure about the bill and things that it says, and you're not sure if you have a strong stance one way or the other, you could also talk to your representative and get their take. And then maybe, you know, see if there's any groups that have kind of attached to that bill and kind of see what their ideas about it are. Like one thing for the schools, I know like homeschool groups, sometimes they have an opposite idea of a bill that I thought like, oh, that seems like a good bill. But they have like a greater reason why they think the bill's wrong, if that makes sense. So sometimes I'll be like, that seems like a helpful bill, but like a homeschool group would be like, this is actually bad for homeschooling because XYZ, and it can be used like this. So then I'm like, okay, I have to rethink what if I like that bill or I don't like that bill because they made some valid points there. So sometimes you need some help interpreting the bill. Or just to get different groups' ideas and then kind of go from there and make your own opinion. So, all right. Thank you all so much. Have a great night. Oh, wait, what did you say? That does make sense. Devil's in the details. Yeah, I agree. All right. Night, you guys.